friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura or lauraxstitches and it's time for my September update. Don't know why I was so dramatic then. What can you do? So welcome back. It's been a pretty good month, I would say. I'm on school holidays, so that makes everything great. I've been on school holidays since last Friday and today's Friday the 28th. So it's been a good week. We have been getting a little bit warmer here in Australia, not a lot. Yesterday was the warmest. It went to 26 degrees Celsius, so that was the warmest we've had in a long time here. It's back to 17 degrees Celsius today, so it's kind of going up and down, but we're getting into spring, which is really exciting. I do really like spring. It's a really good season. My favourite's autumn, but spring's pretty good too. We have been gardening, which is not a common thing for us to do. We don't often do it. But our garden is a shambles and we're trying to fix it in time for summer and having people over for barbecues and stuff. We want to have a nice garden for them to look at. So we've been planting some flowers and taking out things that we don't want in the garden, things that might be dead or things that we just are annoying. We're trying to go for as low maintenance as possible. We've got some flowers and stuff that I'm watering every day, but that's like 2 minutes, like maximum. So, yeah, just getting rid of stuff and putting new stuff down and painting and getting a new roof for our area. I'm looking at it out there. The roof that the previous owners had has holes all through it. So when it rains, that whole undercover bit is not safe from the rain. You get wet. And if it's really windy, you can hear it kind of lifting up and down and it's kind of terrifying. So we're getting a new tin and painting all that area. So that'll be really nice. I'm very excited for that. I've just come back on Tuesday from a trip to Melbourne, which is the city, I guess, that's closest to me. And it is, I went for a night. I went Tuesday night, came back Wednesday, I should say, with Matt's mum. So we went for a little getaway because she's got a week off. Matt was going to come, or Matt would have liked to come, but he's on call for work, so he wasn't able to come with us. We just did a whole bunch of touristy stuff, and if I sorry, this part of my hair here is like frustrating me, so I'm going to be playing with it a bit. I'm sorry if that annoys you. I'll try and put in some photos because we went to the aquarium and saw some penguins and stuff, and we did a whole bunch of touristy things that she really likes. So it was for her birthday, which was last week or the week before. So I'll put in some photos and perhaps some videos while I've been talking. Or maybe it'll be at the end. I don't know. But I also might not do it. There'll be a caption if I don't do it. Because this editing stuff takes ages. So rest of the school holidays, what do I have on? No, not much, I don't think. Matt's on call. He doesn't have to be on call anymore on Monday. So we'll hopefully be able to do some stuff then. But apart from that, it's all good. I've been stitching a lot. And I'm really excited to show you. I bought a few things. I've got some plans and I've got some questions for you and giveaway stuff as well. So let's jump right in, shall we? And head to the whips. Let's start with the sales as per usual. I generally start my month off with sales. If you're new here or you don't know, we usually start with sales and move on to all the other whips. So first one is the class schedule sale. I'll pop in a picture here of what it looked like last time. This is by Armada Designs. And it is a Harry Potter theme of all of the classes. Well, not all of them. There won't be enough. One of my needle minders has just come off. Love that. Just what I need. There's not enough room for all of the classes, so it's just 12, one a month. I'm just going to put that needle minder down there. Here we go. This is on 16 count Ada by Picture This Plus in Dusk. Dusk. Anybody? No, Dusk. Little Britain, anyone? Anyway, this is where we're up to. And I'll zoom in on this month's of September's, which was, let me try and say this right, Arithmancy. I really like that block. I think it looks really cool. It's meant to be like a chalkboard, so I've kept mine pretty much exactly the same, except I'm adding in the professors' names. So this was Professor Vector, and I decided that I think it's he or she, I can't remember, would be in Ravenclaw. So that's why it's kind of a blue colour. And exciting news. So the last 3, and October's here, and she asked us to leave it blank because the design that she's got for October has a different frame. So I'm really excited to see what that is. I really hope it's flying. Maybe they're flying through or something. I don't know. But we'll have to see. But she's going to release all 3 at once on Monday the 1st. So it means that we'll be able to, if we want to, finish it all straight away, or we can keep doing it one a month. The 2 kind of main reasons she said was that she wanted to free up some time for people to stitch Christmas stuff, which is really nice. So if you do all 3 at once, you don't have to worry about the other 2 in November and December. And she also knows that people are changing this up quite a bit. There's a lot of people who are doing pretty heavy modifications of it, including changing the classes to other classes. And she wanted to show those people the last 3, so if they want to change the classes, they can, which I think is really, really cool. So next time you see this, it will be done because I've got the next week off. I'm going to just do it all next week. And they really, when I'm on holidays, they take a day or a few hours. If I'm at school, it's a couple of nights after school. So, and school is work. If you don't know, I'm a teacher, because I always say I'm at school, but I actually mean that I teach at school. Anyway, needle minders. This one's from Needle Minder Obsession. The light is quite bright in here today, but that's Harry from Needle Minder Obsession on Etsy. And this is the one that came with the kit that I bought. Where is my needle? It's on Harry. That's okay. It's a Akio needle. So I bought the kit, which was the fabric, pattern, needle minder. You could buy the DMC, but I didn't do that. Anyway, that's that one. So I'm really looking forward to having a finish within the next week, which should be really cool. Like I said, I'm hoping for flying class to be on there. I'm assuming Defense Against the Dark Arts will be on there too, because it's a pretty well-known, I guess, class. But I don't know what the other one will be. Who knows? Okay, next sale is in my Taryn bag. And I always link Taryn's shop below, her Facebook page, because I love her and she's Australian, so I have to support her. This is the Legendary Creatures sale by Clouds Factory, and here's a picture of what it looked like last time. And this is on Picture This Plus 16 count Ada in Nocturne. And here we are. That's the full thing as it stands. And I'll take you into the 2 I did this month. And I'm actually really excited about these ones. So this is I'll just quickly say, this is a needle minder that was a free gift with that bag, which was really cool. So I'm going to show you W first. And W was Wendigo. I think it's a Native American one, I think. Sorry if I've got that wrong, I don't really remember. But I do remember R, which is Rainbow Serpent. And the reason why I remember this is because it's an Indigenous Australian one, which is really cool. I was really hoping that lots of the contents would be represented, and I'm really excited Australia got in there. So that's the Rainbow Serpent. I'm pretty sure in the Dreamtime stories of the Indigenous people of Australia, that's part of the creation one. It's really interesting to learn about all of the different clans or tribes of the Indigenous people of Australia, and how they all have different stories about how things came to be, and it's always to do with animals and the earth and nature, and they're very much into protecting that kind of stuff. So I love that Rainbow Serpent got on there. I was really happy to see that. And I just wish that Australians would like their Indigenous people more. But let's not get into that. Okay, next one is my sale that I made for myself this year. This is another Clouds Factory piece. It's called Kings and Queens of the UK, and I'll put a picture in of what it will look like when it's finished, and also what it looked like last time. This is being stitched on a piece of 32 count Lugana in a Colour Cascade Fabric of the Month from, I think, February this year or November last year. I can't remember, but it's not a regular one, so it was just a Fabric of the Month. And here we are all together. So if you don't know, I stitch a king or queen. At the moment we're just in kings, a month, and if there's border with it, I'll stitch the border. So we're down to the second line now, and I obviously had to stitch the border here, and I think I did that first before going into my other cell. So when I came back to it, I just had to do the king, and the king here is Edward the First. There he is with his shiny crown, and there's metallics down there. I'm using up my DMC light effects because I hate it, and it's only a little bit, so I don't really mind using it in this. So I just kind of am trying to use it all up, I think. This needle minder is different to what I've had on here in the past. I thought it was kind of fitting considering it's a royalty piece. This is from, I can't remember the name of her store, but she's an Australian Facebook seller. So I'll put it as a caption here. Laura, remember to do that. And I'll also put a link below. Sorry, I can't remember the name. But I actually won it in a giveaway, which was really cool. And this is the Ravenclaw Tiara Horcrux from Harry Potter. It's the most gorgeous needle minder I own. I love it so much. And it has 2 magnets because it's quite lofty. So yeah, I got to pick that. I love it. So I will stitch another, and the great thing about her needle minders as well is that they're, sorry, there's my back, but anyway, they're buttons. They're really good. So I'll keep stitching that. I'll keep doing a king a month. That will, just to jump to plans a little bit, that will continue next year as a king a month. Just so I can keep getting progress on it, but it won't be like a focus to finish or anything. Yeah, I just want to keep going with that. So that's all the cells done. So after that, it was my first, because I'd finished all of my focus whips for the year with the finish of Turtle Duck last month, I decided to use the random wheel thing. Because I'm on Android, I have a Google Pixel 2, really good phone by the way. I can't get the tiny decisions because it's just iOS. So I use one called Lucky Wheel, and I really like it because it's like pastel colours. That's the only reason why I like it more than others. And you can save your wheels and stuff. I tried another couple and you could only have one wheel, and it was really frustrating because I have like 3 different wheels with different things included in each of them. So I decided to use that one. So I spun the wheel and it drew the Fantasy Cell by Lakeside Needlecraft and Doreen Jones. So I'll put in a picture of what it will look like finished, and I'll show you what it looked like last time as well, because I did show it in my last video, in my little tiny whip parade. This is on a piece of 32 count Joe Blunt by Colour Cascade Fabrics in Forbidden Fruit, and here it is now. So what have I done since you last saw it? I have completed, and I'm going to actually fold it in a bit so we can see. I've completed this page here of border, and I've completed the motifs here. I do everything exactly page by page, which is why these are not finished. I like to just get each page done. So I finished 2 pages of border, and I've started on the 3rd. So that's really exciting. That'll mean that this whole 3rd row will be done when this next comes out. I've decided, because I've got 2 characters left, I've got the mermaid and the phoenix, and the phoenix I think is probably going to be my favourite, which will be the last one that I do. I'm going to keep doing border pages until I get to 2 pages of border left, and I'm thinking they're going to be these 2 here. So I need to do this page and this page. Yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to do a page of border, and then the mermaid, and then another page of border and the phoenix, so that I can kind of spread it out a little bit. But I'm really happy. I really enjoyed working on this again. I didn't think I was going to. I think I get a little bit swayed by people saying that they don't like the border, but I didn't mind stitching it. I really liked seeing it come together. There are some like ninja stitches and stuff, but you kind of get over that. But I really do enjoy stitching it, and I think it looks amazing on the pink. Matt hates it on the pink. He thinks that the blue and purple doesn't go with it, but I think it looks fantastic. So I'm really happy to be getting that done. So if that comes out again soon, I'll just continue with border, like I said, until those 2 pages are done. Then I'll start doing border and characters. So that's that one. That's 2/2, by the way. I don't think I said that. And that's in, I've kept it exactly the same, all the same DMC and all the same characters and everything. So then I had a week on Pokemon. So I'm stitching Epic Pokemon Generation 1, the extended edition. And I like to kind of say this every couple of videos. If you want to do the extended edition, the one on shoutouts is the normal one, which is the one that most people do. And it has the, like, it's very cut off. So it's very rectangular. And some of the Pokemon aren't finished. And I'll show you what I mean with my whip in a moment. But if you want to do the extended version, just Google Epic Pokemon Cross Stitch Generation 1 extended Reddit. You got to put Reddit in, because I found this, actually Matt found it and then shared it with me, this pattern on Reddit. It's free. They don't ask for any money or anything. I have it on my Google Drive. So yeah. So here's what it will look like when it's finished. And I'm showing you here the non-extended one because there isn't a picture of the extended version. And here's mine the last time you saw it. And last month I didn't stitch on this at all. So this month I just did a week. And the pattern's on it, which doesn't actually matter because it's free, but I will just move it out of the way, I think. Here we go. And I'm not going to take it off my frame until it's time to move it. So I worked on page 12 and I think I got, oh, how many stitches did I get done? Let me just check. It was definitely over 1,000, but it wasn't my, 3,000 that I have been this year because I'm kind of backing off on it a little bit. My goal is just to finish that page by the end of the year. It doesn't say. Of course I didn't write that down. 220. Oh, it was about 1,300 stitches, something like that, which I'm fine with, on that page. So we've got seals coming in at the top there with its little flip bar. I'm finishing off the Duo, the Trio, and a few other things in there. So I'm excited to keep going with that one. There's some cool stuff coming in on that page later down, so that'll be really cool. Needle minders, this little Pikachu was a free one from that giveaway that I got. She threw it in, which is really cool. And Bulbasaur is from Needle Minder Obsession on Etsy as well. So I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida and it's with 2 threads. I really like the coverage. I think it's perfect. If it looks wonky, it's because it's wonky on my frame, so don't stress. This is my Quantum Omnic frame. This is the, I think, 80 centimeter bars, and these are the 20 centimeter side bars, which is heaps. It could actually probably be less. I do find that I don't like stitching at the top of the page here because my arm hurts when I try to reach up a lot. I don't know. So I need to kind of figure out how to, I'm either going to have to buy smaller ones or figure out a way to make it smaller. I'm not sure. So just to make it more comfortable. So that's that one. Then I spun my wheel again, and that was at the end, right at the start of the holidays. So the next piece I've actually done quite a bit of work on because I've been on holidays. However, I do think this is sneakily quick to stitch up. It doesn't look like it would be, but it is. And this is my autumn piece from Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. I'm going to throw up a picture here first of what it looked like last time while I get this stuff out. Because I actually have the picture of what it will look like finished here with me. I'm trying to see if I wrote down which edition it is, but I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So sorry about that. But it's kind of called Autumn Beauty. It's designed by Leslie Tier, and this is one that Matt picked to do. So it's 3 panels. I'm not going to finish it like this. I'm going to put it in a frame. I'm going to get the framer to do it and have a little bit cut off in between each section, like here. Because I was going to stitch it all together, but you can't. It doesn't match up, which is a bit annoying. But that's what it will look like when it's finished. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count even weave, just in antique white from Sewardell? Not sure. It's a very basic piece of fabric. But I finished the first panel. I'll fold it in a bit. How cool is that? I need to do my edges. Anyway, it looks awesome. That stitch up super quick. I had 2 days of not stitching at all. So that was 5 days. In the weekend, I don't get as much stitching in as I would like because we get busy. But during the week, I have a fair bit of time. But that's it all done. So it did stitch up really quick, which was awesome. A little bit of back stitch, nothing crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to, when I next pick it up, go on to the second panel. And honestly, that shouldn't take me too long to finish. And that is going to be coming up in my plans in a moment. So I finished that yesterday. Yesterday was when that piece got done, that panel. So I was going to just keep going because I still have today, Saturday, Sunday on this rotation because it's a week. Sorry, it's the end of the month, and then I'll move on to my sales. But I kind of was like, I've finished a panel. I don't want to keep going. So I was messaging a group of friends, Stitchy friends on Facebook. I said, what do I do? And Rita Marie, who's amazing, she was like, I gave them 3 options. I said I could keep going. I could wheel, spin and pick another whip, or I could do my king for the month, next month, and get ahead. And she said to do the king first and then move on to another whip. And she's like, I can tell you don't want to keep going, so just do the next whip. And I'm like, you know me so well. And Adele said she agreed. But the problem is, between her saying that and Adele saying she agrees, I spun the wheel because I said to Rita, because she was about to film, I said, I'm going to spin the wheel and see what comes up. And it drew a piece that I really, really love and that everyone else loves. And I put it on my Q snap. And then Adele was like, yeah, do a king first. And I was like, oh, but it's accidentally fallen onto my Q snap. And so I can't do a king, sorry. And so I've it's spun and selected my mirror, which is Renaissance Mermaid. And we all love and adore this one. Well, most people do. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and I love stitching on her. Now, I'm not going to show you before because I barely worked on this last night. It was not much at all. It's on a piece of 32 count Joblin in Oasis by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and I'm doing it 2/2. It's currently on the Q-snap. This needle minder was a gift from Belinda, an inch to cross stitch. She has the same one, we're twins, and I still have thread on my needle because I abruptly decided to go to sleep last night. Usually I finish my thread. All I've done since you last saw it was this bit of hair, like this hair section here. I think I'm going to do some hair in here with this colour, and then I'll move back to the lighter colours that are in this one. I'm getting through the hair. I've still got a little bit to go. I'm kind of excited to be done with the hair. The hair is beautiful. It's one of my favourite parts of the whole thing, but I really want to get onto a tail with all those greens and blues and the chronics and stuff. So that's where it is now. I'm going to work on this today, Saturday, Sunday, and then it will go away. So hopefully get that bit of hair done. I'm excited. All of these gaps, those creepy gaps in her neck and in her hair and stuff, they're just for beads. They'll come at the end. There's a lot of beads. There's a lot of beads. So that's that one. And that's the end of my whips. I have a big pile here of whips now, and I hope they don't fall down. So that was pretty exciting. Had a very good month of stitching, and I hope it continues this month with the plans that I have coming up, which I will go into closer towards the end of the video. So let's move on to haul, some acquisitions. For some reason I wrote down I got my September silks for you, but they're not here yet because they've only just been sent. So I don't know why I wrote that down, but I don't have any. So I have some patterns and some free stuff, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. Sorry for the lights going in and out. I've just got my window open. Not open, the blinds open, so it should be all right. I accidentally went on to Aussie cross stitch stash unload thing, and when I say accidentally, I literally mean that I was going just on my Facebook, and it just comes up, like it comes up saying someone's uploaded an album. So I have a quick look, and then whatever. I'm pretty good mostly, but I did find 2 patterns that I liked that I purchased. This one, unfortunately, the postman decided to fold in like 4 different ways that were not even, so now it's all crumbly. But it's a Barbara Anna design, and it's Let It Snow. And I really liked it because of the cool scissors. It's kind of Christmassy, so it might go up as a Christmas piece, or it might just go up in winter. I don't know. This tree reminds me of a Christmas tree, but it could just be a tree. But I figure if I get snow stuff, Matt won't hate me as much because he likes the snow. We'll see. I really like the frame it's into. I framed my Marauders matte piece in a similar one, so I think I might try and get the same frame and put it in there whenever that gets done. So that's cute, and it's not massive, so I'm happy with that. The next Stash and Loan thing I got was a Nora Corbett. Not a mirror, a Nora Corbett, and this is Eva. And this one got a bit bent too, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't have any of the Bewitching Pixies, and she came up at a really good price, and she's beautiful. I do really like the colours, but I'm wondering if I convert it into orange because I love orange. But the only problem is that it came with the beads. So I think I might just leave it as is, because I'm pretty sure there's an orange one, I think, or maybe I'm making that up. But yeah, got that at a really good price, and the postage was barely anything. So way better for me to get it this way than through a regular dealer. I shouldn't say that, but anyway, I really like it. It won't be going on this boring fabric. No offense to milk chocolate, but I'm going to put it on something else. Speaking of Noras, I really like the new Noras that were released. There's an orange one that I really, really love, but I have enough, so I'm ignoring it for now. And then I went onto eBay and I was just looking at, eBay is really tricky for me to navigate when it comes to cross stitch because a lot of it is diamond painting. Like everything's diamond painting. And then the cross stitch stuff that does come up sometimes is clearly illegally done, like it's copyright. It's like mirrors and stuff that are really cheap, but it's obvious that they're not real ones, they're photocopies or something. So I try to stay clear of that as much as I can and go for the actual ones that are by actual people. And this was one, it's a Mill Hill kit from the Winter Holiday collection, and it's a little Scotty dog. I love him so much. These are one of my mama's favourite dogs. So I am tempted to do it for her, but then I'll want it, so I don't know. But I really like it, and it obviously comes with everything, including a magnet, but I'd probably make it into a bit of a decoration if possible. Don't know, but I have 3 Mill Hill kits now, so that's really cool. I need to actually, stitch them. What else have I got here? Okay, so then, so everyone calls it frooks, but I call it frooks. I don't know if that's my Australian accent or what it is, but the frooks group that Adele and I kind of started together, which is the Fluffy Rainbow Unicorn Kawaii Stitches group, which is always linked down below, as is my Pokemon Cross Stitches group, is really good at enabling. So just be careful if you join. I'm kidding, join, you can do what you want. There's no judging. Adele judges you if you don't buy enough stuff though, so putting it out there. She likes to put up, she somehow has like something in her brain that when a new cute pattern gets released, there's a big siren goes off in her brain, and then she finds it and then uploads it to the group, like shares the post to the group. She just has this thing in her head. I don't know what she's done to herself, but that's how it works. Anyway, so she posted that a particular Etsy designer had a sale going on, and I've been coveting one of these patterns since I first saw it. I took a screenshot on my phone. I've kept it. I never knew where it was from, but I knew I was going to find it eventually, and it's actually this designer, which is really cool. And I don't remember her last name. I know it's Maria, but I'll put it here. It's all in Russian, so I don't know how to read that. But I'll put it down here. She's so beautiful, and her patterns are gorgeous. So I'll go through the patterns that I purchased. I got 4, which was pretty good because I could buy her whole Etsy store. I could just purchase the whole thing. So I got 4, which is pretty good. This is the one I've been looking for since I first saw it on Instagram. And I know you've probably all seen it. It's Evening in the Shire. It is beautiful. I cannot wait to do that. Matt and I excuse me, watched all the Lord of the Rings and Hobbits and stuff not actually that long ago, and I love it. He's currently reading The Hobbit. I'm reading Game of Thrones, sort of. I need to get back into it. But I will eventually read Lord of the Rings because I know that they're a little bit different, but this is beautiful. And I want to go to New Zealand so I can visit this. So really happy to have that. I was really excited that that was a designer. Here's another one from a fandom I love. It's Hogwarts. It says Hogwarts in the bank, but it's actually Hogwarts in a bottle. This thing is thick. Like, there's a lot of pages, but she does a copy without the backstitch and a copy with, which is cool because hers obviously heavily feature backstitch. But how cool is this? I love it. She has a lot of Hogwarts Harry Potter designs, and I really, really love this one. It's just stunning, but it's not big as in size, it's just big as in complexity. So I've kind of classed this as a large one, but it's gorgeous. Love it. Another Harry Potter one, which I find really hard to say no to these. But this one really got me because I love just everything about it. It says, after all this time, always. Look at those colours. And that's stitched. That's fabric, this blue colour here, but that's all stitched. It's amazing. And it touches my heart a lot. And you would probably know why if you've read or seen Harry Potter, and mostly read, I guess, because they kind of go into it more. But Matt and I are currently working through the Harry Potter series because he hasn't seen them in a really long time. We're up to Order of the Phoenix. So this bit, he will start to understand a bit more soon, and he'll know why I got it. So I love it. It's really cute, and I can't wait to stitch that because of the colours. And then I just got this one because I just could. And it's little. Whale and a light bulb. Don't ask me why it's in a light bulb, but I think it's adorable. Look how cute that is. And just like this little bow, like, what is happening? It's so cute. So I made myself get a small one as well because the rest of them are quite big. So that's my haul from Maria, and she's amazing, and I will continuously buy her stuff. Whenever there's a sale on. Oh God, I can't stop myself. Now let's go into this little bit of haul. The next few things I'm going to show you in the last bit of haul, I actually went to my granny's house last night. And if you know me, you know that Granny is the cross-stitch queen in our family. And she was giving some cross-stitch stuff to a local church and said, go and have a look through it first. Take what you want, and then I'll give the rest to the local church. I was like, sick. So I had a look. And I picked out some patterns, but she also gave me a box full of lids for little bowls. And my pa used to make bowls, but now he's no longer with us. She has no use for these lids, and there's like I think 4 in there. So what I showed Matt one that had been finished, and I said, do you reckon we could do this and then drill a hole in this bit and hang them? And he said, it's easy enough to drill a hole. I said, cool. And Mum said they could be cool little Christmas decoration, Christmas ornament things. So what you do is this bit actually goes at the back. But there's like a plastic covering over your stitching, and you put that in, and then the back has a nice velvety feeling. This bit here is like really nice. And I'll show you this when I eventually do one, but we can hang it up somewhere. If it's not on the tree, it can go on something else. So excited to get those for some tiny little finishes because it's not huge. They would be little characters or something that would go in there. So I'm just going to put this down here. Then I grabbed some patterns. This little guy, I couldn't say no to him. It's a Highland cow. Love it, love it, love it. This one here is a John Stubbs collection. He made the design, and Heritage Stitchcraft, I guess, created the pattern. It's a little squirrel. Look at him eating his little nuts. So cute. He's adorable. Or she, I shouldn't be rude. So that will get stitched eventually, like everything else. And this one that is from Janlin. It's the Platinum collection and it's called Sweetheart Rose. Granny recently finished this, I think probably last year, and I loved watching her stitch it because if you turn it this way, it's a rose. Her dress is a rose, so I love it. I'm not usually into, you know, your angels and stuff, but I couldn't say no to this because I love this piece and I've seen it finished. And I think a really cool hand dye will look awesome with that. So I'm really, really happy to have that. And finally, I got this one, and it's from Pollyanna Pickering collection, I think, and it's a collaboration with DMC. And it's called Oh Little Town Barn Owl. So it looks like this. And it's actually a printed fabric. I usually don't do printed fabric, but it reminded me of Miss Oh So Crafty's piece that's on printed fabric. I don't remember, is it a phoenix bird, I think? I can't really remember. But it is a full kit. And the only thing that you stitch, I'm pretty sure, is the owl and the lights that you can see. The rest is a printed fabric, and it's the most beautiful blues. It's gorgeous. It's big, but I don't think it would take me very long because it's only that part. I mean, like, only. There's a fair bit in there, but it's not a full coverage, which is what I was a bit stressed about. But I looked at it and went, Hedwig! So I couldn't say no to that. So that's my Hedwig piece. Hedwig! So cute. Okay, that's haul done. Finished. So I have been organising my stash. I don't know if you can see, but that thing there, that like binder thing, that holds all of my patterns in it, and I can't close it, as you can see. And now I have to add all these ones in there. So I'm going to need to reorganise that. The way that I organise my things digitally, not as in digital patterns, I usually do print them because I prefer paper. I don't know why, it's just how I am. But on my iPad, I have something called Google Sheets, and I'm sure a lot of people use this. It's Google's version of Excel. And I have a few sheets on there. So I have my whips. Not that I really look at that much. That's more my Egg Stitch app, but that's there. And then I have all of my stash, or all of my patterns, categorized into small, medium, large, full coverage. Small, medium, large, Hades. Because I don't actually have any other full coverage ones that aren't Hades, I think. So I put them into those categories. Some patterns, some things like the collection things, so like the Little House needlework things and Country Cottage needleworks and stuff like that. You know how they have like the sets of stuff? Like I've got the Frosty Forest one. I've put each of those as individual patterns because they are, even though I'm going to stitch them all together. I also have the Lizzie Kate Less More one, and I put that as a individual ones as well, even though I'm going to stitch it as the long one too. It just means that when I eventually get around to starting things again, I'm probably going to randomly select a lot of stuff because I love everything and I don't know how to pick one. So if it randomly selects one thing and it's in a collection, I'll do I don't know how to explain this. So let's say you had a collection of 4 things. There's 4. And my random wheel thing selected the 4th one in the series. I would actually go to the start and start it with the first one, if that makes sense. So I would just go back to the start and work on that. As long as it's part of that collection. I hope that makes a bit more sense. But what I was going to ask is, would you guys be interested in an updated stash parade? Because it has changed a bit from when I last did one. I've been giving away stuff. I've been getting more stuff in. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. I would be able to film that this week when Matt's at work. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to do it because I don't have time during the school term. So if you want it, please let me know and I will be able to film that and get it up before I go back to school, which would be really cool. So that's that organisation stuff. Let's actually... No, well, I've got a bit of a plan happening. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to kind of talk about my plans in now. So the first week of October, I'm going to be stitching on all of my sales, including the class schedule sale, and get that all finished. I think what I'm going to do is on Monday is the 1st. The patterns usually get released after 5 or 6 o'clock at night time here because we're ahead. So I'm going to work on my king on Monday. and try and get that finished before the patterns get released. So I'll try and get that done, if not most. It's only a king, there's no border, so it should be right. Then I'll work on class schedule sale till it's finished. And then I will work on legendary creatures, which will be, I think, 2 letters, maybe 3. And then I'll keep going with king, depending on if I need to do any more on that. So that will get all those done. I don't mind if that takes me longer than a week because I'm doing 3 things in the class schedule sale. So that's fair enough if it takes me a little bit longer. And I'm on holiday, so it doesn't really matter. I should be right because I'll have all day to stitch rather than just a couple of hours at night time. And then this is what happened. Adele and I were talking last night on this group chat thing that we have. And she said, okay, so that was super quick. How did you finish? This is autumn. How did you finish the panel on that so quick? How long did it take you? And I told her how long. And she said, but. I was like, okay. She's like, but it's not your favourite, is it? I said, no. I've got other things I would rather stitch, like Renaissance Mermaid and stuff. And she said, well, why don't you try and get a panel finished over the next 2 months? So get 1 done in October, 1 done in November. Throw it at Matt, say that that's yours, it's finished, and then you can stitch it whatever you want. I said, oh, that's really tempting. It's really tempting to get another finish because I'm so finish driven at the moment, as you guys know. I haven't started anything in a long time. I think the last time was May and I finished that already. I think it was that. Don't know. Oh no, it was Enchanted Mermaid. That's obviously not finished. So what I'm going to do is after all my sales are finished, I'm going to work on autumn until that panel's finished. It should not take me the rest of the month. I don't think it will, because I've had a look through it, and the middle panel has negative space. So it has bits of the fabric that show through to look like water. So there's less to do on it. Yeah, so it should be fine. I should be able to get that done before October finishes. Then I'm going to give a week to Pokemon, whatever that entails, whether that's a right at the end of the month or whenever it is, but it'll get a week, and then I'll spin again. However, at the end of October, there is a challenge in Stitch Mania, and it's the midterm election challenge. So that's obviously American, but I'm still going to do it. I have been notorious this year of not being able to complete them. Even Arbitrary August I couldn't do. So I'm going to try my best. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'll just keep going with what I was normally doing. I have made the decision, however, to take out from my wheel my 2 Hades and Enchanted Mermaid. I'll give you a little bit of a summary as to why. Enchanted Mermaid's not going in there anymore because it is my most recent big start, and I would rather spend the time on Renaissance Mermaid to get her closer to a finish. I love Enchanted Mermaid, don't get me wrong. She's the most beautiful, sparkly thing in the whole world, but she'll come out later when I have some more time. And the Hades, I don't want to work on until Pokemon is finished. I don't know why. It's my full coverage. I just want to get it done. So I'm going to keep those out. So in my wheel now, I have 5 whips. And they're the ones I'm going to be using along with Pokemon and my cells for this challenge. So let's have a look at the challenge. This will take us also into November because it goes from the end of October into November. So I was going to show you them all, but I don't think I need to because I showed you them last time, but I'll put in some pictures if I can for the first few times. So Fantasy Cell, I'm working on that on the 23rd of October for at least halfway through, which is for the midterms theme. So at least halfway through, I'll work on Fantasy Cell. And you've just seen that one. The 24th is Red State, so work on something that has red in it. I'm going to be working on Fast Food by Stitch Robia, and I'll put in a picture of that here. 25th, Elephants and Donkeys. So work on something to do with animals or has animals in it. I'm going to be working on my autumn piece. So I won't put a picture in, but that has birds, a lot of birds in it, like swans and ducks maybe? I don't know. 26 is 33 Senate seats. Work on something to do with the number 33. I'm working on autumn again. I think if I do, it's autumn, the magazine name and number, it gets to 33. So I figured that worked. Right to Vote, work on something patriotic. I don't have any patriotic pieces, but I thought Renaissance Mermaid kind of fit in with that, sort of, not really, but it'll do. 28th, make your voices heard, work on something with letters. I'm going to be working on the Princess collection, and I'll put in a picture of that here. That's by shoutouts, and the letters are the names of all the princesses. 29th is 435 house seats, work on something to do with 435. So I'm going to be working on kings and queens, and the reason why that is that 4 plus 3 plus 5 equals 12, and that's kings and queens. I'm pretty sure. I did this very quickly, so my maths could be completely wrong. Blue states, work on something to do with blue, and I'm going to be working on fast food again, as I'm pretty sure the font is blue in that one. 31st, Republic, Democratic, Independent, work on something to do with R, D, or I. I'm working on Renaissance Mermaid. R. Now I had to change the next bit because this is from the 1st to the 6th and I have all my cells in here, but I had to change some because I'm planning on having class schedule finished. So it will just be kings and queens and legendary creatures. On the 1st of November, I'm going to be working on 2 pieces for 2 senators. I think that's what that says. I don't know American politics. I don't know why I would need to, but anyway. I'm going to work on legendary creatures and kings and queens for that one because they're the 2 cells. 22nd, incumbents. I'm going to, that's the oldest piece on the 2nd, so I'm going to work on Pokemon for that day. Next is flipping states. So something you've changed. And I was actually looking through the whole thing and I haven't actually changed any of my whips that I currently have going. I decided to go with autumn because I'm changing the way it gets finished from what they suggested. So does that work? It's going to have to. 39 gubernational. I don't know what that means. Someone can tell me if you really want to, but I can look it up as well. 39 and legendary creature cell. I'm sure that was legendary creature cell, clouds factory or something like that. It would have added up to 39. On the 5th is campaign, so something you've been enabled to do, and I was highly enabled to do the legendary creature cell by Adele because she just kept sending it to me, and then I just did it. Oh, Matt's making loud noises. He's actually refurbishing a bench for us, which is pretty cool, so I'm not going to complain. 6th is election day, so it's your choice, and I'm going to give legendary creature cell another day there. So that actually takes us into the first week of November. Like I said, I'm notorious for not finishing these, so we'll have to see how we go with that. But I hope I can. If I don't, I'll go back to my normal kind of schedule of everything. So that is planned. So hopefully I can keep going with my progress that I have been getting and get that panel finished. And that'd be cool to have that piece done in November, which would be awesome. Okay, 2 more kind of topics to go on and then we are finito. Okay, so it's currently a little while later because my parents randomly rocked up and my dogs went off. So I'm going to talk about the giveaway now. Hopefully this kind of gels together because it's been like an hour. Anyway, giveaway. So last month, I had this blackwork one and nobody picked this. So if you would like to stitch this blackwork piece, just say I would like to stitch the blackwork and I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. And the other piece was a Geeky Stitch & Co design called Being Nice is Cool. And Heather, Link is my homeboy, you won that one. Congratulations. And I've already sent that. So if you've won any of my giveaways from the past few videos, I've been a bit slack because of school, but now they're all sent out. So you should be receiving them within the next few weeks. 4 people were overseas and 1 was in Australia. So the overseas people, I hope you get them as soon as you can. So if you don't know, I'm doing giveaways on these videos each month or each video that I make. And they are paper or magazine patterns. Sometimes they're a pattern like this, but I think I'm running out of those. So it'll just be paper or magazine. They do get folded. So if you don't like that, please don't enter. Only enter if you're over 18 or have parents' permission to give me your address. And don't say giveaway in the comments, please. This month we have a Geeky Stitch & Co pattern as always, and this is called Squeeze Me. And I'm just going to check because I feel like I've done this one. And they're just down below me. Yes, they are. I really need to finish these and I'm going to try and finish them these holidays. Ignore the cutouts. It's very wrinkled. It was recently washed and I haven't got to ironing it yet, so I need to do that. That's what it looks like when it's finished. Just on, this is just the Ada it came with, but you could stitch it on anything. So it's not a gigantic piece. It's very cute and very small. So if you would like to stitch that one, just say I would like to stitch the lemon, and I'll put you into the drawing for that. So that's my Geeky Stitching Co. one. The magazine one for this month is a wedding sampler, and the picture I have looks like this. It's They Lived Happily Ever After, and it's just got initials and date and year down here. It's gorgeous. This one is designed by, probably, not sure. I actually think this is an Emma Condon one, because it says Stitch with Emma, so I'm assuming it's her. It's from April 2016, Cross Stitch Crazy, which is issue 214. Yep, it's all whole stitches. Design count is 120 by 120. So if you would like to stitch that, just say I would like to stitch the sampler, and I'll know what you're talking about. So I wanted to also ask a question about these giveaways. I have a few more patterns, like magazine patterns, to give away. I've got a whole folder of Geeky Stitching Co. ones. So I've got a few kits and the rest of paper, so there's quite a bit in there. And I'm wondering if it's worthwhile me doing these on Instagram as well. So I'm going to put a poll on Instagram too, but I would like to know what you think as well. Because I actually have more people that follow me on Instagram than I do on YouTube. And even though I have, I think we've reached 800 subscribers or a bit more, I'm averaging about 150 to 200 views per video. If not 230, something like that. So I really want to give these away, 2 stitches. So I was thinking of putting up a post each week of a couple of patterns. They're probably going to be mostly Geeky Stitching Co. ones because of the ones I have left, and doing it that way. But I also want to continue them here. So just let me know what you think, because I would really like to keep destashing. And when I was organising my stuff, there's a couple in there I think I want to give away as well, but I'm on the edge of whether I'm going to stitch them or not. So there's those. So if you want to stitch the wedding sampler, so I'd like to stitch the sampler, and this one is I'd like to stitch the lemon, and that will be drawn in my next update video. If I do the stash parade, it won't be in that one, it'll be the next one in October. So that's that. And the last thing I want to do before I sign off is just some shout outs to a few people. First one is Lorna, the Ladybird Stitcher. Obviously we all watch Lorna, we love Lorna, but she's going to be doing, hopefully, a Mirabilia stash video parade, and I'm really excited. So I wanted to let you know all about that before it happens. So hopefully that gets done and we can gaze at all the pretty Mirabilias that she has. I love the way she talks about them. She's not, like, she knows and she's come to terms with the fact she's not going to stitch them all. It's a collection for her, which I think is really cool. So I love Lorna, and she's Australian and she's beautiful. I met her in February and she's exactly how you would think she is. She's fantastic. So love Lorna. And the next few are people that are fellow Fruks. And I just wanted to shout them out because I like them a lot. These are just people that have been releasing videos recently that I've recently been watching. And I'm currently caught up, so I'm going to start looking at finding some new people to watch as well. So I'm trying to get through some people. First one is Heather. Link is my homeboy. And Heather, I caught up on all your videos yesterday. And apparently I'm not subscribed, but I swear to God I subscribed to you, but apparently I'm not. So I'm going to do that after I upload this. I don't know why that is, but YouTube does that sometimes. But anyway, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I love Heather. She's fantastic. She has lots of different whips. She stitches lots of things, but generally cute stuff. And she's great. She's awesome. So I'll put a link to her down below. The next one is Rita Marie, and I've talked about Rita a lot, but I do want to give another shout out to her. She is getting very popular. She's at 500 subscribers and counting. She has lots of whips, and she's looking at doing the thing that Stitching Mummy said the no starts in 2019. And that was my plan anyway. My plan for next year is to do just whips with one start on my birthday, and that will be it. Depending on if I finish these whips or not, but I don't think I will. in a year. So that's really exciting. And she stitches a range of things and they're all very beautiful. And I love her videos because of the length of them. If you like longer videos, you'll like Rita Marie. She's fantastic. And the last one is Shannon, and she's Stitchy Shannon 85. I think I'll have a link to her anyway. She's fantastic. I don't know why more people don't watch this woman. She's amazing. She stitches beautiful projects. A lot of them are cute ones. She stitches a lot of Little House, Country Cottage, Frosted Pumpkin, Tidy Modernist, stuff like that. And she's recently been starting going to a stitching guild and has stories from that, so that's really cool as well. So please go and watch her. She's great to listen to. She keeps me company when I stitch. It's awesome. So they're the 4 shout outs I have this week. I don't often do them, but I just really wanted to give them some praise. I don't know. So hopefully this video kind of comes together because it was in a bit of a kerfuffle when my parents showed up, but it should be fine. Like I said, if you've won a giveaway, they're all been sent. Please enter the current one and let me know about the Instagram thing because I think I might need to start doing that because I'm trying to get rid of some stash. And if you would like a stash braid, please let me know because I will be able to film that this week coming. I think that's everything. Hopefully get some good stitching done this month, and I hope you do too. I'm looking forward to all of everyone's end of month updates and everything. Please make videos. I love watching them, and if you think that I don't watch your videos, please let me know below and I can probably get to them these holidays because I have time and I have more time than I usually do. So thanks for watching. Follow me at Instagram. It's just lauraxstitches, just like my YouTube channel. I post generally every day there if I can. It just depends on if I've stitched or not and if I remember to post because sometimes I just go to bed. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone that comments. I'm shocking at replying to comments. I used to be fantastic, and then when school started and everything, it just kind of went out the window. So I haven't commented on any from my last video. I will try, otherwise I'll try and do this video because you usually get most of your views in the first week or so, and because I'm not at work, I should be able to comment, I hope. I look forward to hearing your answers to my couple of questions from this video, and I will talk to you at the end of October, which is so weird. Anyway, see you then. Bye everybody.